Hi guys, I'm Beth Nicely. I'm in the female ensemble of Something Rotten on Broadway, and you are in the ladies ensemble dressing room here with me. So I am one of the Renaissance women of the show in the ensemble, and I portray many different characters. Hi Laura, nice to hear from you. Yay, I love all these highs. Hi Marie. So the show is awesome. It's so funny, and it's basically about the birth of musical theater, a farcical tale of the birth of musical theater. So it's awesome. It's about two brothers that are writers, and they go up against Shakespeare, who's the bard, like the writer, like Mick Jagger of the time, and they try to like one-up Shakespeare, and it's just funny and rambunctious fun comedy throughout the whole time of what they go through to get to who they truly are, of staying true to themselves. So anyways, you're here Backstage. I took your master class last week. Awesome, nice. New York City Kitty, nice to see you again via the internet. We're in the dressing room, and here, I'll stand up. I don't know if you can kind of get like a 360 view. Here, I'm gonna flip it, guys. This is my dressing room spot. Very glamorous. I try to clean it for you guys a little bit, but this is where I keep all of my makeup, and you can see my lashes. I'm a big Clinique fan. All of my hairpins, my wig cap that I put on my head, that I look like a Snow White dwarf in. You listen to the Something Rotten soundtrack every day. Awesome. So do I, except Mondays. Awesome. Which is your character's costume. Okay, I'm going to show you. See this beautiful rendition? This is Greg Barnes, the designer of our show, made and framed a rendition that he did of each of our costumes for us for opening night. So this is my fancy costume, and I'm going to bring you all the way over. Is my fancy in here today?
It's the skirt is here. The skirt is right
you can
here.
see the bottom.
The top is getting worked on right now.
Awesome.
Here, I'll flip it for
This
you.
is Katie, one of our amazing dressers.
Hi.
Oh, there you can see it. Beautiful green.
That's the skirt.
Beautiful green. Thanks, guys. You guys are so nice. It's my favorite show on Broadway, too. The weather's kind of boo, so it's kind of a time you need to see Something Rotten because it's just sad and dreary and rainy and cold. But, nice one. How long do you need to prepare before all of the costume and makeup is ready for stage? I get here an hour before the show every day. We have to be here 30 minutes before the show. It's called half hour. And they call half hour and say who's in and out of the show, if anything's changed in the show, who's conducting. I do like Disney. So I'm here an hour before the show to do my makeup, and I like to warm up, like roll on a foam roller and stuff like that for the show, and then I have to be ready by the top of the show, obviously, but 15 minutes to the show is when I get my wig on. I would like to get a SAG card. I've been acting for 1.5 years. How do you go about it? Well, I think you have to get enough jobs in the TV world to work up to getting a SAG card, and then you have to pay union dues, but I don't really know. Or background work. Yes, I've done a lot of background work, which adds up as well. Who has the most costume changes in the show? Katie, do you know that answer?
Scotto. Yeah.
Eric Scotto. Eric Scotto.
It's either one of the chorus men or one of the chorus women, because
Okay.
the principals only have like 2 or 3 costumes, but the men and women change every time they come off stage.
Yeah.
They change a lot their costumes a whole
Yeah.
lot.
I am Actors Equity. On Broadway, you have to be Actors Equity. So even if you aren't Actors Equity, when you get a Broadway show, you have to join Actors Equity. What was the Something Rotten audition process like, and what other shows have you been in? So I'm going to tell you what an audition process is like, but this is my very first offer only. I was offered this show, which never happens. Woo, yeah. I've worked with the director choreographer for so long that he offered it to me, which was really awesome. But an audition process for me, especially for the ensemble, is you go in and you dance, and you learn a dance combination really fast, and then you do it in groups of 3, and then they make a cut, and then you might dance again in a different style of dance, and then they may make another cut, and then you at the end of the day, if you're still there, you sing maybe 16 to 32 bars, or a whole song if they let you. And then if they think you might be right to understudy something or a feature role, they might give you sides and you read those. And then after that is all done, you might get called back to do it all over again. And then you just wait to hear. And so that's kind of a job when you don't have an acting job. You kind of make auditioning your job. Yeah, that's a lot, I know. That it is a lot. What is my ethnic origin? It's really not that, I don't want to say it's not exciting, but I'm German, Scottish, and Swedish, so a mix. But I like to think I'm Italian because that's my favorite kind of food, and I eat pizza all the time. So, what day job did you have? I still have a day job. I'm a fitness instructor at Body by Simone, so I do a lot of physical activity in my life, especially at the show too. That's why I have a dessert blog and eat tons of desserts to balance it out. If you could eat one dessert for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's a hard one. One dessert for the rest of my life. Well, I have dark chocolate before every show, but that's not very exciting. It might be Alice's Teacups chocolate cake with vanilla buttercream frosting. That might be it. What is an average pay for a Broadway actor/actress? All right. So, I mean, it's out there. For Actors Equity, I think the minimum for an ensemble member is a little under $2,000 a week, I think. Yeah, like something like that. Yeah. So yeah, money. Wherever you live, it might depend. What other Broadway shows have you been in? I have been in Bullets Over Broadway, which was in this theater. That was the one I did right before this. I did White Christmas. I did Young Frankenstein, and I did Spamalot on Broadway, and I did the national tour of the Broadway revival of 42nd Street. Oh, yeah, I was also a Rockette. Kick and kick at Radio City Music Hall for 2 years. So that was fun. Do you watch American Ninja Warrior? How do you know me? I actually do, and I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I secretly love American Ninja Warrior, and I've been watching it for a long time before it got bigger, and I'm like, why am I drawn to this show? But the stories that people have before they go through their Ninja Warrior is like, makes me cry every time. It's really good. Oh, you're watching it now. Nice. Where are you? I guess it's like afternoon. Thank you. What is your next career goals? Hollywood? You know what? I'm a city girl. I'm a New York City girl, so I don't think I'll ever leave here. My career goals, I guess, are just to stay on Broadway, really, just stay in something rotten and enjoy it, because it's like the best show ever. What is your memorization technique? Drill, drill, drill. I give myself like 3 days to get comfortable. Like I learn it, and then I go over the next day and the next day and just drill. Come to Europe for your next career goals. I love Europe. Where in Europe are you? Same. Broadway is awesome. Are you a driller as well? Come to Sweden. Hey, I'm Swedish. I should probably go to Sweden at some point, huh? I want to win an Oscar one day. That is a really good goal. Shoot for the stars and land on the moon. It's totally fine. I quit my 10-year banking job and started a career in acting in a musical in Istanbul, Turkey. That's so cool. You would be surprised how many people actually have degrees that have nothing to do with musical theater, and they quit their day job and now are on Broadway. So go for it. Who in the cast makes you laugh the most on stage? Ooh. It's different moments in the show. Like Christian and I have a moment every night in the omelet number before I come on stage, and I'm in a man outfit and a man wig and boots, and I look like a boy. And he comes off stage to put a prop off stage, and I always do something crazy to him. I don't know. Everyone in the ensemble makes me laugh. The girls make me laugh too when we're just dancing together and having moments during the show. What is your daily schedule on gig days? Daily schedule on gig days are in the mornings. I teach fitness classes, and in the afternoons I chill on the couch unless I'm doing something else throughout the day, and then I do the show at night. Have you ever heard of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, about 1 hour from Pittsburgh? Yes. Surprisingly, yes. The Niceleys, in my name, are from Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Would you be willing to speak at an educational theater conference? Sure. Yeah. I go to Talent Factory. That's awesome. Is that a dance school or a musical theater school? What's your biggest advice for aspiring Broadway performers, mostly dancers? Get into voice lessons. Voice lessons. You cannot be on Broadway and dance unless you can sing. That's like hands down. Come to Sweden and help set up a musical regarding the refugee crisis. Right now, this is it. Oh my gosh. I mean, if I had time, I've never really set up a musical though, so I don't know if I'm your pick. That is so cool for us to talk to you. Thanks everyone for this great. Of course. Who's your favorite person named Laura? Hi, Laura. Were you a good singer dancer as a kid? I had a natural, I guess a natural talent, you would say. But I grew up in Ohio in a time that I wasn't like in New York in it to win it as a kid. I just did it because I loved it for fun. And then I got a little more serious in high school. What's the craziest thing you had to do on stage? I don't know, guys. It might be being an egg and an omelet and a boy tap dancing. That might be the craziest thing I've ever done on stage. Why is it so difficult to find two-year-old castings? Like for your 2-year-old? I'm not quite sure. Backstage, yeah. Oh, Backstage. Backstage.com. Yes. That's honestly, like, Backstage listings, like, that's where you got to go to find, especially if it's literally the only source to find castings and auditions if you're not in a union, which it's the place to go, especially when you start out and you have no idea where to look in New York or LA. It's Backstage. Yeah. So, yeah, keep asking. I want to be in Backstage, but I got long ways to go. You keep going. What's your biggest advice for nailing the dance audition? You know what? I always just remember that when I go to a dance audition that I'm there because I love it. And if I look like I love it, like if I am feeling like I love it, then you can't hide that from whoever is casting you, you know? Even if you don't feel like it's your thing, like your style, as long as you just love it and you're there because you love it, people will love that energy. I do eat at 5 Napkin Burger. I like it a lot. Can you go to equity auditions if you're not in the union? Yes, you can. It just depends on if they will see people. They'll see all the equity people first, and then they may see the non-equity people. That's actually how I got the national tour of 42nd Street. Backstage.com is the greatest invention. Yes, it is. Can you say hello to my friend Ashley Emmerich? She will be on Broadway one day. I'll remember that name and say hi to her. Any advice on dancing in theater for someone who didn't grow up being a dancer? That's totally fine. I have a friend that's like a beautiful ballerina that didn't start dancing until she was 14. A lot of people in Something Rotten, if you didn't know, a lot of people aren't tap dancers. Some are like tap dancers and some aren't, but they're tapping their faces off and they've just rehearsed and are awesome. So, you know, keep challenging yourself. How long did it take for you to get confident with auditioning? I still don't think I'm confident with auditioning, but I have a fake confidence. Where did you get your musical theater training? Growing up, I actually haven't been to, well, I went partly to Otterbein College in Ohio. But my sister was a vocal theater education major, and so I started studying in college when I was in high school. Did you ever look up who Christian Baranski is? No, I did not, Laura, but I will eventually. What was your favorite show to be in high school? Bye Bye Birdie. Yeah. What do you do between shows on 2 days? It ranges from passing out, having a nap, or going to the Rebecca Minkoff sample sale to get purses. Kind of just ranges. What's your favorite Christian story? I have to say my favorite thing about Christian, it's not really a story, that he's so goofy and funny and stuff on stage and so good at what he does. Not that you wouldn't think, but he's actually a gentleman, like one of the kindest people you'll ever meet. He's a real, true, chivalrous gentleman. So that's interesting. Advice for someone who wants to start a career in dance theater after college. So late. That's not late. I mean, you might be an actor that moves, but that's okay. You know, just study, work hard, practice. I missed all those. Are there any backstage clicks? I mean, people hang out with, you know, certain people, but this cast is not like a cliquey where no one can hang out with anyone. You know, everyone's awesome. I'm trying to audition for a commercial, but I'm so not confident. You know that song, Turn It Off, in Book of Mormon? Just turn it off for a second and pretend like you're confident. Keep up the good attitude and you'll go far. Oh, that's so nice, F. Jackson. Favorite meal after a late show? You are stepping into the world of my eating, which is maybe not the most nutritious, but I am a pepperoni pizza fanatic. Hands down. If there's pizza, I'm happy. Fake it till you make it. It's very true. How to handle stress in auditions, how to stay in character at those times. Dancing's easier for me, stress-wise, because I can put the energy into my body. For singing and acting, breathe. Start controlling your breath before you go into auditions. Can we meet Christian and Brian? They're not here yet. You just got me. What's your favorite Tony's presenter? I don't know. Christian Chenoweth was really good as a host this year. What do you do? Have you ever been to Grimaldi's in Brooklyn? Yes. If you come to New York, one of the most awesome fun things to do on a day is walk across from the Brooklyn Bridge, have pizza at Grimaldi's, and then ice cream at the New York Ice Cream Company. And maybe you ride Jane's Carousel as well. You are the best pizza in the theater district, John's Pizzeria, right by our theater. I don't enjoy singing because I'm so insecure. Any tips? Voice lessons will help. And sing for people anytime, as often as you can. You start getting used to having people watch you. Do you know Max Clayton? I don't. What's your favorite number in Something Rotten? I don't know. They're all so good. They're all like so good. All of the numbers are like, you know, standing ovation worthy to me. Favorite audition song? Lately, it's That'll Show Him from Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. That's my latest. Ever go to Ellen's Diner? I went a long time ago, but I haven't been there lately. I like all those music emojis. Jessie Bear. Hi, Jessie Bear. Is everyone kind of dying down? So excited to see She Loves Me musical theater. The musical this year, do you like it? I don't know She Loves Me, but Peter Bartlett, one of our cast members, is going to be in it. So, any funny onstage mishaps? It's maybe not funny to that person, but when somebody goes down on stage in the egg costume, it's pretty awesome. Advice to get started on Broadway. Come here, pick up Backstage so you know what's going on, and for audition-wise, and just go out there. Put yourself out there all the time. Take class. Broadway Dance Center, steps, just get into classes. What is the hardest dance to learn in the show? I would say the tapping is maybe the hardest. Maybe actually the egg tap dance. It's not for me because I'm a tapper. I've been tapping since I was 4, but it's tricky. Favorite director to work with? Casey Nicolot. What do you? Thank you, Wafufi. Lauren, I haven't checked Facebook yet. You're gonna go to SNL. Awesome. Love SNL. I don't know if a lot of you know my better half. My husband is a producer of Saturday Night Live, so watch the show. Thanks so much for taking time to answer questions. Of course. You don't have to be able to sing high on Broadway. You take voice lessons and find out if you're an alto or a soprano. Really impressed with something. I missed that. I don't know. How long have you been singing? I've been singing since middle school, since I was in middle school. Walla Walla, Washington. I love that you guys love Something Rotten. Can you wait? What do you as an actress feel scriptwriters should pay attention to? Actually, we had an interesting thing in this show. It's like how a woman talks. We had male writers, and Heidi had some input on how she would say some lines. So was kind of interesting to me. Yay! You're seeing the show this Saturday. I sound like a seagull singing. Oh no, you're fine. Just go to voice lessons if you want to sing. Do you have advice for those who don't go to college but move to New York to pursue Broadway? That's what I did. Yeah, you just come here and put yourself out there. Any advice for how to get started on Broadway? Yes. Come to New York. Like I said before, grab a Backstage. It gives you all the information you need. Auditions, what's going on. Go see things. Take class. Immerse yourself in the city. Immerse yourself in Broadway and musical theater. Where's your first Broadway show? My first Broadway show was Spam-A-Lot, and I loved it. It was awesome. I was in it for 3.5 years. Have you seen Hamilton? Yes, it's awesome. How long have you been acting? Since I was a kid. I took acting classes as a kid. What was your first role at the real Broadway? Well, I was first in Spam-A-Lot in the ensemble. My first featured role might have been White Christmas. Camelot, yes. Yes. Do you get to see other shows on off days? I do if they are not on the same schedule as us. How old were you when you first were on Broadway? I got my first Broadway show when I was 20. So I was 20. Important question, do you watch Scandal? I do, and I'm behind. Don't say anything. If you could switch roles with someone on Broadway, who would it be? I don't know. I really like what I do. What's my favorite show on Broadway? You guys. Do we have to? Really? Something rotten. There you are. Thank you for this. Day job. Go do your day job. Is there a revival of anything you would love to be in? Yes. Funny thing happened on the way to the forum. How long did you live in the city? Oh, shoot. Wait. I missed those questions. You can say them again if you want. We have like a few minutes left, guys. If you could switch roles with someone in Rotten, who would you switch with? Why? I like what I do in the show. I think that's the beauty of it. Everyone likes what they do. Do you think Phantom will ever close? I don't know, guys. Probably not. Yeah, I don't know. Do you work on a contract? I do. We all have contracts in the show. Who were your idols when you were growing up? My idols when I was growing up. To be honest, guys, my life was pretty simple that I really just looked up to my mom. Which will close first, Phantom or Wicked? I don't know. That's a good question. Bye, Beth. It was nice to text. Nice to text with you, too. Okay, like 3 more questions. Have you ever fallen on stage? Yes. As a castle girl in Spam-A-Lot, I fell on my butt. And it was, someone said I looked like a dying swan descending onto a lake. So, yes, I have fallen on Broadway. Great. Which show was your biggest disappointment? I don't know if I've ever had a show where I was disappointed because I just like to be on stage performing. Oh, you know what? I was very disappointed and sad that Bullets Over Broadway closed prematurely. I thought it should have run a little longer. Which show do you think said goodbye earlier? I think you mean Bullets Over Broadway. You saw that. Oh, did you like it? I hope you liked it. One more question, and then I gotta head out. Do I have a hidden talent? I guess my hidden talent, I have an extra stomach for dessert. Maybe that's it. I can eat a whole meal and still have like another entire meal of dessert. So that is it. How long did you live before you were working? I moved to the city because I got Rockettes. So I was one of the rare people living here working for the first time. All right. Love you. I think we're going to publish this on Twitter because people are asking. We're going to try. So check out Backstage Twitter. Maybe lasts for 24 hours. So watch it and tell your friends to watch it. Okay. Bye. Thank you. Love you all. Come see Something Rotten.